Hi guys. I hope you can see me and hear me. Gonna share this. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I hope. Sorry, I was sending out a bunch of tweets and everything to make sure that everybody knew that we were live. Okay, cool. So this is probably going to be a slightly shorter live stream because the more I talk yeah, that was awesome, Jim and Heather. That was amazing. The more I talk, the more I'm likely to cough. So I made some throat comfort tea in my cute little chip mug, and hopefully it helps. Greetings from Germany. That's awesome. Welcome. So let's just jump right into it. The very first thing that we are going to go over is from a gentleman named Don on Twitter who sent me an STL file for a snowflake, which unfortunately I haven't had a chance to print yet, but it is on the list. And he also sent me this little package here, and it's awesome. So it rattles a little bit, and that's because it's this super cool vase mode object with a lucite ball inside of it, which I don't know if you can really see that, but I hope so because it's really freaking cool. So I have to read a little bit of what he said to me. He made this by creating his own G-code. There's no CAD or slicer software. It's created in a big spreadsheet which calculates the X and Y positions, the amount of material to extrude, and then increments the Z axis to create what is really a very complicated spiral vase. He changes the filament and then drops the spear in while it's running. How freaking cool is that? So, and it's made with translucent filament, and it looks freaking awesome. So thank you, Don. I did put a link to his Twitter account down in the description box below, as well as links to everybody else's Twitter or websites down below to everybody who sent stuff. So thank you, Don. That is freaking awesome. Next, since Spectra 3D is in the house, we are going to go over what they sent me, which is awesome. So for those of you who don't know Spectra 3D on Twitter, I think it's Spectra 3D Tech. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they do a Fun Print Friday, which is really awesome of them to do. And they sent me my fun print that I sent over to them. So if you have prints that you would like them to do on Fun Print Friday, then you can email the STL files directly to them and they will go ahead and print them, which is awesome because they printed me a pink taco train, which is just awesome. So now Nick has a taco train in red that he can use, and I have a taco train in freaking pink, which is awesome. You guys are funny. So this is the coolest it turned out awesome, and it is the brightest pink. I don't remember what color, what brand of filament they used. Yes, hashtag 3D Pink Mafia, which I think is how it got started. And then they were looking for a print, so I sent them the taco train. This is available for download on Thingiverse and My Mini Factory. I will link to that below because I didn't think about doing it in the first place, but I will. So thank you. You guys are freaking awesome. And now I can't wait to have some tacos. Okay, what's next? Next, let's go with this one. I forgot and accidentally threw away the box to this one. So for anybody who follows me or who supports me on Patreon, first of all, huge thank you. You guys are awesome. But also, this is something you guys helped me buy, and it came in the mail a week ago, maybe? And that is a Zoom H4n recorder. So now my videos are going to have much better sounding audio, which I'm very excited for. So huge thank you to my patrons for helping me support my addiction. You guys are awesome. It's agonizingly amazing, maybe? Heather? Let's go with this one next. I'll save Calvin's for last because maybe he'll be able to make it by the time I get to his. You sent the white elephants today. Sweet. I will keep an eye out for them. I can only make it to the post office on Saturdays, so because their hours are awful. But I will keep an eye out for it. So the next package is from Melt Ink, who sent me a couple of goodies. So I have some Glow Aqua Blue PLA and some Light Green PLA. And they also sent a whole roll of, let me put it not upside down, of their magenta PLA. So I'm super excited to give this a try and finally officially be inducted into the 3D Pink Mafia. So it's super exciting. I can't wait to try it out, and I'm very thankful that they sent it to me so that I could test it out. It was very awesome of them. And more exciting stuff. You were having a little bit of deja vu. Hello. Oops. The next package is from Barb over at 3D Print New York. She is awesome. And me and her were discussing on Twitter, maybe a little bit on Instagram as well, on whether or not you could do interlocking pieces using flexible filaments and whether or not they would actually stay held together or whether they would be too flexy and just kind of fall apart. Basically, I was really wanting to create my makeup brush holder that I made off of Kat Von D's lipstick case. I really wanted that to be more of a flexible filament, first of all, so it didn't make as much noise with the brushes in them, and also so that it wasn't quite as stiff in a travel bag. So I asked about flexible filament, and she said that she didn't think that the Ninja Flex that she had sent me would be good for that. However, she thought that this filament, which is the Cheetah from Ninja Tech, would actually work a lot better because it's a lot more rigid. So she sent me some of that in black so that I could test it out, which is very awesome of her, and I'm very excited to give it a try. If you should be sleeping, you should get sleep. It's very important. I mean, I don't want you to stop watching, but sleep is definitely important. See my tweet about sleeping for 11 hours over the weekend. Jim, do you have any suggestions on things I need to keep in mind when I'm printing with it? Oh, you read my mind, apparently. Sleep. Seriously, during the week, I don't get nearly enough sleep. Nearly enough sleep. I wish I did. But I don't. So, I think this is, well, I have one more box after this one, but I'm not going to actually open it. It's going to be like a partial tease. So this next box is from Calvin, from Make It with Calvin, and he offered during my last live stream to send me some of his pink filament that was 1.75 because he can't use 1.75 anymore. So I told him that he did not have to do that by any means, but it would be absolutely amazing if he wanted to, and he did, which is awesome. And then he went way far beyond what he needed to and sent me all of this. Oh my God, Calvin, you totally didn't have to do that. That's amazing. So now I have all of these samples to try, and then he also threw in the leftover pink that he had, which is freaking amazing. So let's go through these. We have some Color Fab Engine. There's 4 colors in here. A kind of a sky blue, yellow, red, and black. Then I have some more Color Fab XT, which is in white, pink, purple, and green. Dude, this is insane. I can't believe you sent me all of these. You're my hero of the day. I have a 910A from Color Fab. And I've actually never used any of Color Fab stuff, so I'm super, super excited. And then this one. And this one is also Color Fab, but I don't know anything else about it. So I'll have to ask him what this actually is to make sure that I print right with it. So that was super, super amazing of you, Calvin. You are my hero, and you totally didn't have to do that, and I love you for doing it. So that's all my actual packages that I'm going to be opening today. However, there's one more. I've actually already figured out how to work with some sample spools. My husband actually created a makeshift spool holder. I'll tweet out a picture of it after this so that you can see what it is, because the Maker Geek spools did not fit onto the back of the Flash Forge. So very quickly, spur of the moment, because I needed to get a print done and like fast, he went downstairs, cut up a piece of 2x4, nailed it together with a piece of PVC pipe across the top. And because it's enclosed on both sides, I can just throw a spool of sample spool on there, and it spreads out across the whole thing, but it doesn't tangle. So I'll tweet a picture of it, because I do have some of the clear or iridescent ice from Protopasta on it right now, so you can kind of see how I use it. Yeah, I know. So I got this today, and I actually didn't think it was going to get in the mail, come in the mail today. It was actually not supposed to be here until tomorrow. So it wasn't even going to make it for Mailbox Monday. But that would be this right here. This is the December Maker Geek box. So I could open it right here, but what's the fun in that? So I'm totally going to save this for another video. I have no idea what's inside it yet, and it's kind of killing me to not open it right here and now. But I'm printing some of... No, I'm not going to do it. Peer pressure does not work on me. I'm I am currently printing downstairs a couple more things in the ABS that they sent last month. So when I open this up, I'm going to do a quick recap of the previous box. So I wanted to make sure and do those together so that people could see my thoughts on the first month's box as well as my excitement on the new box. So I am going to hold on to this and not open it. I might have to have my husband hide it so I don't open it. Under the tree with a bow on it. That's a good idea. Maybe if I actually wrap it in wrapping paper, I won't be tempted to open it. Oh, everyone's doing it. No, they're not. No, and you can't make me. I think that's really all I've got here. Oh, the other thing Calvin sent was a awesome San Francisco sticker. I love San Francisco. I don't know why I didn't mention that before, but yeah, he sent an awesome California San Francisco sticker, and I haven't been to San Francisco in, oh man, like 11 years, maybe 12. Oh, maybe 13. I was still in high school. So yeah, oh man, too many years ago. It's been a long time. I think I need to go back. I'm glad you made a ton of my snowflakes. That's amazing. I love them, but I'm so overprinting them right now. I've printed 40 of them at this point, and I think I've printed enough. So I'm going to move on to printing other cool things. I really want to go to the Bay Area Maker Faire. I'm toying between the idea of either that or VidCon, and I can't really decide which. I would love to go to both, but I can't afford both. So if anyone has a suggestion onto which they think I should go to, let me know. That being said, I can go to the New York one much easier because it is only a 5-hour drive for me to get to New York. Oh, thanks, you're so sweet. I'm 31. I will do that, Heather, because I really need to decide which I would rather go to. They both seem like a lot of fun. And I'm kind of leaning towards VidCon so that I can go to New York Maker Faire. But I don't know. We'll see. More like 21. You're very sweet. But no. Nor would I want to be 21 again. Not that it wasn't a good time, but I couldn't keep up with myself at 21. You will get to give me a hug and a high five at either, whichever one you're at, that I'm at. So, the other thing to bring up that I wanted to thank you guys so much for is that I hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday, and I just can't even freaking believe it. I never, ever thought I would actually hit 1,000. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to keep doing this because it's a whole lot of fun, and I keep having more and more fun every day with it. So keep eyes out for more exciting videos because more are going to be coming all the time. So I guess I'll just open this up to a little bit of a Q&A for like maybe the next 15 minutes. If anybody has any questions that they would like to ask me, feel free. No, he's not. I keep trying to get him to go onto Twitter. He refuses because I think he would have a lot of fun with it. But no, he's super supportive and the most amazing person on the face of the planet to be allowing me to do as much as I do, which cuts into like our time together a lot of times. And he's okay with that. You know, I mean, being on YouTube is a huge burden on families, which a lot of people don't think about that or see that side of things. So he's awesome and I love him. Twitter's actually a lot of fun in the 3D printing community. It's super, super, super busy, and lots of people are constantly tweeting things, and it's where you're finding out everything first, which is kind of cool. Best chocolate. I love Couverture chocolate. That's pretty much it. I love Couverture chocolate. Lint's high quality chocolate, the ones that you can get like in the big huge bulk bags for businesses, is also pretty good chocolate as well. It's very similar to a Couverture. It is the 3D printing family, and it's the best ever. And I love you all. Like my brother, sometimes you get on my nerves, and most of the time I still love you anyway. Okay, that's a lie. You guys never get on my nerves. Have you guys ever put candied ginger in your tea? I had not, but I didn't have any ginger in the house. But I had candied ginger, so I threw some in my tea. It's pretty good. That's awesome, Logan. I do love Belgian chocolate, but there's something about the smoothness of Couverture that is amazing. I wish I could tell you where it's from. I don't remember. That's from my old chocolate days. Tempering that chocolate is super, super easy to do. Don't be embarrassed. That video was awesome. Thanks for stopping by, Jim. Have a good night. Any other questions for me, guys? I'm printing a Christmas tree downstairs right now, in case you're wondering what's printing. I don't even know if you can hear that. Probably not. What did I print yesterday? Oh, I'm working on a... what's it called? Yes, I was able to see my maker coins on the tree, and they were amazing. Go check out the tree that Heather and Travis from Abuzz Designs made. It's amazing. It is one of the coolest projects I've ever seen, and it was great to see them manage to pull the entire 3D printing community together to do this project. I'm working on a flex comparison right now of a bunch of different flex filaments, since Barb from 3D Print New York sent me the Ninja Flex, and then she also sent me the Cheetah Flex, and then in last month's Maker Geek box, they sent a sample of their Maker Flex, so I started printing that, and I used Chaos Cortex slime, little tar slime dude, and it printed awesome. I did have some issues with it, but I was able to work out the issues and ended up, they both look amazing. And I still have to test it with the Cheetah, as well as I have a couple others. I don't know what else I have. I think I have the Semi-Flex downstairs as well, a sample of that. So I'm going to compare all three of those to kind of see how they work differently, what's easier to print, what's not as easy to print, which strings more, which strings less, different settings that you might need to tweak. So it's going to be a while before I can actually film that video because there's still a ton of research that I need to do before I go talking about something that I don't fully know about yet. But keep an eye out for that. It will be coming. Best chocolate milk. I actually don't like chocolate milk. Sorry. My husband does. Good night. That is super late. Go to bed. Go get some sleep. Christmas tree cookie cutter. I love Christmas tree cookie cutters. They're like the easiest cookies to decorate because you can just do a little stripes of green and add a couple little dots for ornaments and a little yellow on top for a star, and they look amazing. Hi, Jim. You should totally print your coin in Flex. I'm going to be attempting that as well, but I created 2 coins for Heather's tree and I still wasn't happy with either of them. So I'm in the process of making a 3rd one. So far, the only thing that I can tell you about the Maker Flex is to make sure to check the diameter of the filament. Mine was closer to 1.82. Some parts of it were 1.78, but the majority of it was 1.82. And if I went with 1.78, it kept kinking in the drive gear. So be sure to pay attention to that. I did turn off retraction. I'm going to turn it back on, but a very, very tiny amount. On the Ninja Flex, I did a 0.1 retraction, and that worked fine. So I'm going to try the same thing with the Maker Flex and see if I can get some of the stringing to disappear a little bit. The temperature, I think I did that at 215, and I printed it at 30 meters per second. Do I like milk chocolate? I do, but not as much as dark chocolate. Man, there's a lot of chocolate questions. I mean, I love chocolate, don't get me wrong. In fact, I actually made these triple chocolate cookies, which are freaking amazing. They're seriously this big around. And, see my actual, they're like that big. And there's dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate. And there's only like 5 other ingredients. It's self-rising flour, sugar, butter, and egg. So 4 other ingredients. And they're seriously the easiest cookies to make. They taste freaking amazing, but they're massive, like the size of my head. And they're very filling because of that. And they cost like $1 a piece to make, but they are worth every penny. If you guys don't have any other questions, we are going to wrap this up as my coughing is getting worse. I seriously, at work, I have one person on one side of me who is super sick, and one person on the other side of me who is super sick, and I'm stuck in the middle trying to not get sick. What's my favorite action movie? Oh man, I don't know. I'm so terrible with movies. So I go and see a lot of them. Not as many as I used to, but I go and see a lot of them, but then I forget what movies I saw until I see it again. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I did see this. Basically, they go like right out of my head. So I wish I could tell you, but I just off the top of my head, I can't. I'm not good with movies like that. Oh man, I wish I could put them in quarantine. They both, one of them's been sick for a week. The other has been sick for just under a week. I think one has laryngitis now. Lots of coughing. It's no fun. So we've been like sanitizing the office because I don't want to get sick. Favorite TV show? Probably Game of Thrones. Probably Game of Thrones. I could watch that over and over and over again and never get sick of it. In fact, we have many times. Bye, Heather. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy dinner. I have to do that after this too. Bikes as in bicycles or bikes as in motorcycles? I guess the answer is yes to both. I don't own a motorcycle. My brother does, my sister-in-law does, and a couple friends do, and I love riding on them. I do own a cruiser bicycle as well, but it needs new tires on it. Bicycle. Yes, I do. Unfortunately, because we're kind of in the backwoods of Maine, not really backwoods, but we're definitely in the more rural parts of Maine, in southern Maine. There's not a whole lot of places that we can ride a bike safely. There's a lot of cross-country bikers in the area, and it's very dangerous in some of the curvy, windy roads. So I have a bicycle downstairs in the basement. It needs new tires on it, but I have not ridden it since we moved to this location. Yeah, I'm going to have to get going, guys. My cough is getting worse and my throat is starting to get scratchy, and I need to go down some NyQuil and go chill out on the couch for a little bit before I get any sicker. So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you to everybody who sent me amazing things. It's never required, but I do love getting mail, so you are welcome to send me anything you want, and I will go ahead and open it. I do pre-open most of the packages, actually all of the packages, just to make sure, and if you ever don't want something featured on here, you're welcome to let me know in a note, and I will not open it on screen. So that's all I have for you guys today. Huge thank you to my patrons over at Patreon. You guys are amazing and allow me to do super amazing stuff constantly. One more big announcement. There's going to be a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I just heard from a particular company that they agreed to sponsor it, so I will announce that probably in the next video. So keep an eye out for that. Sorry for keeping you from sleeping. But now everybody should go get some rest, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week, whatever you guys are up to, and I will see you guys again next time.